What is going on, guys? My name is Tefty. Welcome to your weekly reset video, which in fact is going to have some incorrect information. Yes, The Dawning comes out at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, and I'm making this video at reset, which is right now for me, it's 1:37 a.m. Yeah, that means that the Nightfall is going to be different, actually, once 10 a.m. rolls around, and I'll get into those details for a little bit. The Dawning is going to bring in all kinds of updates as well. It's going to enable for you to get Icebreaker. There's basically Thunderlord versions that are going to be available that are different exotics. New things to collect, essentially. There's going to be new weapons, new armor, some new strike activities. Strike scoring is going to be available. Also, some redone strikes like the Nexus Mind, Tanics. I'm actually really looking forward to Nexus, because Nexus for me is one of my all-time personal favorites. Such a great strike in my mind from Destiny Vanilla, and it's got a fond spot in my heart. Let's take a look at the artifacts this week from Tyre and see what we got. Memory Yolder, it removes the sprint cooldown penalty. If you're not aware, there is in fact a penalty from sprinting. You can be sprinting, and then you can actually sprint forever, but as soon as you stop, there's a cooldown from when you can start sprinting again. Everybody thought it was a bug initially. Turns out it's not a bug, or at least that's what Bungie's saying. And they made an artifact that removes that cooldown penalty right there. So you can immediately start sprinting no matter when you stop. You running, stop, start sprinting again immediately. Just like that with Memory Yolder. It's personally in my top two. I pretty much have Memory Yolder equipped almost all the time. It's like my go-to artifact nowadays. Unfortunately, this one has strength. Yeah, it'd be nice to have one that has intellect or discipline, but nope. Memory of Silumar in the Crucible, resistance to damage over time attacks is greatly increased. So it reduces damage over time to like about 1 HP or so, and it becomes negligible at that point. It can be effective, however, I don't find myself dying to do damage over time that often in the Crucible anymore, so I don't really think about wearing this artifact. Not too often, honestly. And also, Thorn isn't as good as it was in the past, so it's not as deadly or not as scary as some might consider it. Finally, Memory of Timur. Melee attacks on minions of the darkness, minor minions, have a chance to temporarily turn to the target against its allies. So it becomes a temporary teammate. You can't actually damage it anymore. And it lasts for about 30 seconds. You can melee again to turn them back. And it only works on, like it says, minor minions of the darkness, which is basically most red bars. So I don't really find myself ever using this. It's fun to mess around with in PvE, but for me personally, again, it's not something that I think about equipping. Usually I have Memory Yolder or Scories or something like that, because those have more obvious benefits in my personal opinion. Finally, let's talk about the rolls. The Memory Yolder has actually a really bad roll. Also, it's strength, so personally, if you're looking for a new Memory Yolder, this is not going to be it. It's a bad roll, so stay away from that. Memory of Silumar has a 88% roll, so this is decent. Again, it's Memory of Silumar, but 88% is actually not too bad for intellect and discipline. Might be worth picking that up if you use that a lot. If not, probably stay away from it. And then the Memory of Timur has a 92% roll, but it is also discipline and strength, and it's also the Memory of Timur. So this week, pretty bad for rolls. So that's what's happening with the artifacts. Let's go take a look at the bounties for Shiro and the class items that he's got available this week. I don't know if that stuff is going to change. In fact, it's possible the artifacts might change as well once the update drops. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it could be. It's quite possible. Together we rise. Complete the public events in the Plaguelands. Events completed 0 out of 5. Basically just do Archon's Forge. Easily done in Archon's Forge. It counts as public events. And then also these happen to be Archon's Forge related as well. Complete Shake encounters in the Archon's Forge. Complete Servitor encounters in the Archon's Forge. And complete Vandal encounters in the Archon's Forge. If you have a tier 3 offering, it will complete all 4, I believe. It will already count as 4. Otherwise, you have to do 1 or you have to do 4 tier 1s or 2 tier 1s and a tier 2 or 1 tier 4 in those in those for those bounties that get completed easily. Finally, we got Mantle of Perun for the Hunter Cloak. It's got an alright roll. It's not that great. Yolder's Iron Sash, which with also a pretty meh roll, 32 and 33 on there. Yeah. And then Scory's Iron Bond, it's with actually not too bad of a roll. It's got a 35 on Discipline. It's not 100%, but it's pretty close for a tier 12 build on there. And that's what the class items are available this week from Shiro. Let's go take a look at the strikes. And I'll tell you about the Nightfall, actually, that is not available, essentially. Yeah. So the Nightfall right now, if you are watching this video immediately, is essentially not available. I'll go through the modifiers just in case these remain the same, but the actual Nightfall itself is not available. You keep getting Honeydewed if you try to go into it, because you can launch it, but you get Honeydewed kicked out of it. So it's not available right now. The current modifiers are Airborne. Players deal more damage while in the air. I believe it's double damage, so 2 times damage modifier when you're jumping in the air. Fresh troops, some enemy squads have fortified or have been fortified with additional reinforcements, basically just more adds to kill. Brawler, Guardian, melee damage is greatly increased. If you jump up and then also melee, it's going to do some massive damage, which is always really fun. And then Berserk, minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. That one can be actually really annoying when you're trying to stagger a boss or something like that. And then Epic, heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in greater numbers. So this is not available right now. You can't play it. These modifiers might be the same once the Nightfall comes out. It's also going to be a new strike. And when I say new, it's actually a revamped strike that we've seen in the past, but redone for the Dawning update. We got the Nexus, we've got Taniks, and we've got Omnigul that have all been redone. So my bet is on the Nexus. I really hope, because Nexus is honestly one of my favorites, all-time favorites. It's classic vanilla Destiny. I'm excited to see it brought into current form. I haven't seen any of the strike footage, so because I've been keeping my eyes virgin towards any kind of new stuff, just because new stuff goes by so quick when it comes to Destiny right now. So yeah, I hope it's actually the Nexus Mind. I may be right, I may be wrong. I have a 1 in 3 chance of guessing right. So the heroic strikes this week, and again, I don't think this is going to change, but it's possible. We have Catapult. Grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. Your grenades come back super fast. So, you know, there is Arc Burn this week. So if you have a Arc subclass, those grenades are going to just come back faster and faster and faster. And then Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon. So if you're only using your primary, which again, Arc Burn, so Zalo Supercell. If you're only using Zalo Supercell, you're going to run out of ammo. You need to rotate weapons pretty frequently, which is, in my opinion, is good to have a machine gun. You have an arc machine gun with you, and then maybe arc sidearm, fusion rifle, sniper. I mean, any of that stuff. Shotgun, it's all going to do really well if you're doing some heroic strikes this week. And there's going to be strike scoring that's going to be available. And I don't know. Actually, I don't think it's going to be in this playlist. So scratch that thought. Moving on to the Crucible, we have Inferno Supremacy and Rumble Supremacy. It is Supremacy Week. I don't know if you guys are into playing Supremacy in the weekly playlist. We have Inferno, no radar. It's already shotgun heavy. No radar adds to the shotgun element. And then Rumble Supremacy, if you like that free-for-all experience, and Supremacy at the same time. Let's jump into the tower and have a look at some things that's going on. Actually, let's see the Shaxx Bounty. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Supremacy. So the tower is also going to get decorated. It's going to change from what it looks like right now. It's going to have all kinds of dawning decorations, wintry type of thing. I'm assuming that back room is also going to get opened. Again, I have not watched any of the content because I wanted to be surprised. So exciting for me. Let's see, Shaxx this week. It's got to be Supremacy. Yeah, it's Supremacy, complete matches, primary kills, kill credits, and crest denied. Just play a bunch of Supremacy. As long as you can handle it and get her done, you'll get some sweet rewards from the old Shaxx Bounty. Definitely worth it. So, planetary materials this week. For Eris, she is taking Worm Spore. For Future War Cult, Spin Metal. Dead Orbit is taking Spirit Bloom, and New Monarchy is taking Helium Filaments this week. Let's jump on over to the speaker and have a look at the class items that he sells, because you never know, sometimes there's a really great class item for sale that you might want to pick up, or a particular style you've been looking for. So this week, Strength of the Pack with a decent roll, 34 and 34. Definitely decent for the hunter on that. Venom of Ikea, Haka, or something like that, with a moderate roll, 34 and 32. Not bad. Fowler's Golden Mall for the Titan, 34-33. Again, another moderate roll, not bad at all. Freeholder's Memory with a really good roll, 34 and 35. That's really close. That's like a 99% roll right there. And then we have the 5 Lives of Albios with a pretty good roll as well. It's got discipline and strength. The strength is 35 max that we can get. And then we have Harlequin Pendulum with a 35 and 33. Another actually pretty decent roll. This week, he's selling some good stuff. So if you've actually been looking for some class items to pick up for different styles and also decent rolls, now might be the week. Definitely check that stuff out because you might get what you're looking for actually. Once again in the reef. Talking to Petrovenge, what do we got this week? For the bounty, we've got Wanted Darnu, Horn of Oryx in the Cosmodrome. Kill Darnu in the Cosmodrome. Pretty easy. Next one is kill 12 consumed or named Fallen, Hive, Cabal, or Vex on Mars. So go do some dirty work on Mars. And then kill 100 taken. So this one, you have to split it up a bit. You got to go to Cosmodrome real quick and then focus the rest on Mars while killing a bunch of taken. And then you can easily get those bounties done if you are interested in that reputation for the Queen. And then Varix this week. Give me heavy ammo. Yes, heavy synth. Okay. This week he's got impressive performance. Earn points in Challenge of Elders. Just earn straight up points in Challenge. And then kill them back. Enemies killed in either level 41 or Challenge. So pretty basic right there. Earn points and kill enemies. And then Shock Trooper, use arc abilities to kill enemies in 41 or Challenge of Elders. Pretty easy right there. Arc abilities, you can easily get this done in one go, no problem at all. This week for the hunter, he's got it's a decent roll for Devil's Disguise right there. King's Mantle, bad roll, I would stay away from that. And Kel's Cloak is a decent roll as well. None of them are 100% though. And that's what's happening in the Reef as well. Let's go take a look at the Challenge of Elders modifiers. Challenge of Elders this week has Specialist. Special weapon damage is favored, so your fusion rifles, your sidearms, your sniper rifles, your shotguns are going to deal a lot more damage than your primary or your heavy. Also, your primary and heavy get nerfed as well. If you guys don't know that, that's what happens with Specialist and small arms. You get a boost to those special weapons, but at the same time, the primary and the heavy get taken down in damage. And then grounded, players take more damage while airborne. That's always really annoying. And then precision kill bonus. Precision kills are worth more points. So you can actually do sidearms and snipers and get precision kills and rack up points really fast and easily on this. That is the end of the reset video. Like I said, some information is going to change. And I don't know if any of these modifiers and stuff are going to change once the Dawning drops. Hopefully not. If it does, I will make a correction video, or actually, I'm definitely going to be making a follow-up video with Dawning, or the Dawning update, and jumping in, just making a quick highlight and all that. But that'll happen once I get up. It's not going to be right at 10 a.m. because I do actually sleep past 10 a.m. because I stream late, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Sub to the channel if it was the first video you've ever seen of mine, because I do post more content like this and also stream archives as well. Follow me on twitter.com/Teft, because I always tweet out when I go live on twitch.tv/TeftyTeft. You guys are amazing. I love you all. I will see you next time for another video. Deuces.